Pardo yachts have quickly become the benchmark for walk-around day boats in their class. The introduction of the Endurance line a few years back was their first step into cabin-style cruisers, and now the introduction of the GT75 bridges the gap between the walk-around and the Endurance line in a new flagship model. Today, we're on board this new model to take a look through the design, the finishing, and the options available. At 22 meters long, this vessel is bang on 6 meters wide, so we have a high volume vessel with a lot on offer in this new flagship. Let's take a look. Starting at the back of the vessel, the huge standard platform is a terrace on the sea. You can put a dinghy on here, and there is a platform that raises up and lowers the dinghy into the water in this central section here. To get the tender out of the garage in the back end of the boat, there are brackets that go on the platform here. The garage opens and the tender slides out. Once the tender is in this position, we lift the passerelle or the transformer arm up here, and it lifts the tender up, much like we're going up now, over the top and back down into the water. This actually doubles up as a boarding platform or a passerelle as well if you're parked against a dock. If you put it all the way down in the water in dinghy loading mode, then you have a stairway that extends into the water, and this is your beach on the sea for easy access to the water. What a clever system, and amazing to see on a vessel like this. It has all the amenities on the rear here, including lowering capstans for your maneuvering operations. There are two options here on the stern of the vessel in terms of furniture and design. Here we have the garage version. This is a GT75 garage version. We have a dinghy storage in here that opens hydraulically, as well as ample sun lounging on top. The second option is the aft beach version. Now this gives you a lot more deck space on the rear end of the vessel, removing the garage and the sun lounging, but what you do have is direct access into the master cabin. The rear end of the boat is equipped with two showers, one on starboard as standard and an optional shower head mounted here. A trademark feature of the GT75 are the opening wings either side. Now these give incredible volume on the deck and increase the beam at the back of the vessel, giving even more openness and even more usable space. Moving further forward, we step up onto the main saloon level. Now in the aft cockpit here, we have a huge U-shaped seating area. This table here is a large dining table when you want it to be, suitable for entertaining a lot of people here at the stern of the vessel. Outside here in the end of each bench as well, you do have a easy access fridge, so drinks are right at hand. As we move forward into the main saloon, this is at the same level as the seating outside. So we're one level living up here. And in this configuration, it is set up for maximum comfort and maximum seating. Lounging and dining options to port, as well as lounging settee options on starboard, make this a communal and social place. There are a couple of options for layout in the main saloon up here. Instead of a lounge here on starboard, we can do a galley. Now on this vessel, we'll look at cabin layouts shortly, but the two options up here are either galley up or galley down with extra lounging up here. Moving further forward, we come to the helm station, or just aft of the helm station, where on this vessel we have optioned a wet bar. There are a couple of fridges in here as well as a sink. So if you have the galley down like we do on this vessel, you can still host and entertain without having to go downstairs. In addition to the two fridges in the optional wet bar here, we have a conveniently located wine cooler right here on the main deck level. Turning our attention to the roof above me, we do have a very clever louver skylight system, bringing in light and air to the cabin below. Moving around the saloon, it is very nicely fitted out with electric blinds, indirect lighting, and storage absolutely everywhere. The overall ambiance in the main deck saloon here is very, very nice. You know, lots of textured finishes, and you can really tell a lot of thought and effort has been put into the styling and finish. Plenty of natural light, hidden strip lighting, as well as feature lighting, which really makes this stunning Italian design pop. A Fusion stereo is paired with a K-array sound system. This sound system is actually built into the vessel, so speakers in the mullions here, speakers under the seats out of sight where you wouldn't see them, so they're not taking up visual identity in the cabin. With the galley down setup and the full lounging area up here, you have created a full living area downstairs. You don't have to travel up and down to the galley if you are living and dining downstairs. This is your entertaining area and it's your lounge room. So the best way to think of this vessel is as a twin deck level with 2 full decks, fully usable and fully functional. The TV lowers from the ceiling just above me here, providing good viewing for those on the couches inside, as well as those seated at the stern of the vessel. Moving forward to the helm station, there are 3 helm seats positioned centrally in the vessel. The captain drives from the central seat. So as a skipper, you're seated in the middle of the vessel, you've got good view over everything, and the visibility is second to none. I've got glass all the way around me with a single piece windscreen here. Huge Garmin plotters here, 3 of them across here give you all the information you need. On this vessel we have full surround cameras, the navigation charts, and then the ship control system. So all the lighting, the systems, the tank levels and the electricity can be monitored through this system. The remainder of the helm station encompasses everything you'd expect on a vessel of this type, including the gyro control, the anchor windlass, bow thruster controls, engine controls, and of course the IPS joystick. The standard engine package is IPS 1050 with an optional upgrade to 1350 IPS. The 3 upgraded engines can propel this vessel to a top speed of about 35 knots. Maximum range is achieved at about 20 knots with a maximum range of about 450 nautical miles. This is burning about 184 litres per hour across all 3 engines. Total fuel carried on board is 4,300 litres. The seating position, as I said, is central and it's very comfortable. On the bolster here I have a footrail to put my foot on. I can also pop the bolster down to sit down for the longer passages. My passengers next to me also have a little footrail here as well, so they can sit without their feet dangling in the air. The last and the most important thing on a cabin vessel like this with a solid windscreen is ventilation, and we do have a hydraulic opening hatch here to allow through draft when underway. Access to the rail from the helm station is symmetrical, so you have good full height access on both sides straight to the rail. Moving forward onto the foredeck, we obviously have the reverse windscreen here, which we see on all the Pardo cabin style models. This gives excellent shading and reduces a lot of sunlight coming into the saloon, keeping it nice and cool inside. Just forward of that, we have a lovely seating area here with a central table. I reckon about 6 to 8 people around this C-shaped bench, and then a full sun lounge on the bow. The sun lounge on the bow has adjustable cushions, so these are just heavy cushions which you can move around and position whichever way you want, depending on which way the sun is setting. Above my head here, we also have the sun awning, 4 carbon poles, and a lovely awning that attaches to the front end of the cabin top. It is a lovely space up here, and to complement it all, there are drinks fridges under here and plenty of storage. If we move further forward, we have a great working deck here with full-size bollards and direct access into the anchor locker. As with all Pardos, these are engineered around being easy to use and easy to operate, and I think this is done exactly like that. We saw it on the stern of the vessel, but as you look around this GT75, you can see that it's been designed really as a little mini super yacht. So for example, we have another retractable capstan here. If you do have a mooring line or a bow line that you need to tighten, there are big inbuilt fair leads as well, and access down both sides of the vessel is very clear for all your mooring maneuvers. As you walk around the deck, there is easy access to the rail at all times, which makes it super easy for docking and maneuvering and line handling. There is also a small docking station with full engine and bow thruster control on the starboard side of the vessel. Despite the vessel having a full cabin top, it is still fully walk around. Let's head inside now and take a look at the stunning accommodation that this vessel has to offer. As we head down the companionway into the main living area, just on starboard side of the helm station, we have the operations switchboard here. So very conveniently located, close and easy access from the lower downstairs area and also the upper and helm station. Moving down to the lower deck on the Pardo 75. On this model, this is the 2-cabin version, we come immediately into the lounge room or the lower lounge room and the galley area. Now this vessel is available in a 2, a 3 or a 4-cabin layout. So in this 2-cabin vessel we have a lounge to starboard here, really nice U-shaped seating, very social, and directly opposite on the port side we have the galley. Now first impressions of this galley is that it's huge, and by bringing the galley down here from a galley that you might have on the top deck, you don't lose anything in terms of volume, space, and appliances. We've got a huge 600-litre fridge here, full-size dishwasher, full mealer appliances, induction cooktop, and plenty of workspace, which is very important. This area is a communal area. It is very social, and it's quite nice to be below deck, but have a home below the deck rather than just the cabins. The benefit of having the galley down on this lower level is that we can make use of every single inch of square room for storage. So this central island here is full of storage, as well as plenty of overhead storage and under counter storage. So this galley it's large for a 75-foot vessel, and typically I'd say a lot bigger than the average galley that you'd find on a vessel of this size. So yeah, a full thumbs up from me, with plenty of natural light coming in both hull windows. So we'll move now from this area, we'll go forward, and on this 2-cabin vessel we come into the VIP area. Now this is a full beam cabin at the bow, so we do have a slight narrowing, but it is absolutely huge in here. There is a queen bed here, and over on starboard there is a very comfortable bathroom / head. So rain shower, all the works, big mirrors, toilet, and a bidet option as well in there for those that want it. Just mounted on the bulkhead in good view of the bed is a large flat screen TV as well. So for your guests or your friends who you have on board, this is a really nice little retreat where they can separate themselves from the rest of the vessel. Just aft of the VIP cabin forward and on port side, we have the laundry. Now this has a dryer up top and a washing machine down the bottom. Again, all millet appliances, plenty of storage in here for your Manchester and towels, as well as a bit of a workspace for when you're working in this area. So another big tick on a vessel like this. Moving aft again, we're coming back into the area, the saloon where we were just a moment ago. Now this, if you were to opt for a 3 or a 4 cabin vessel, this is where you would have the additional guest cabin. So one on each side if it is a 4 cabin vessel, or if you still want the lounge down, then you would have a cabin on the adjacent side. Moving further aft and to starboard, we head into the day head. Now this is a head and a bathroom accessible for your guests throughout the day without having to go into someone's private cabin. So again, another big tick and essential on every vessel like this. Moving just a little bit further aft again, we come into the centerpiece of the accommodation down here. So this is the master cabin, or the owner's cabin. A 6-meter beam on this vessel, and this cabin takes up every inch of that. The bed itself is a king bed offset slightly to starboard, and this works really nicely to make this zone a bit of a sleeping area. And on port side, we have a lot of deck space here, a lovely sofa, and heaps of storage. The surface area of this cabin is something else. It feels very large in here. Moving forward, we come into the bathroom on port side of the master cabin. Now this is very comfortable, a very large shower with a rain head, a bench seat in there made of lovely teak, and a large sink mirrors. It's really a home away from home for those looking to spend a lot of time in a lot of comfort on the water. Just forward of the berth itself, we have an office station and a very large flat screen TV mounted on the bulkhead. So you can really spend a lot of time down here. You can make this your office on the water. Interestingly, this vessel was actually handpicked by one Kevin Costner for spending some time on board as a luxury retreat. So from the stars above us, it gets the tick of approval. So there we have it. The Pardo GT75 does pack a lot of punch for this Italian dayboat manufacturer that has created such an amazing name for themselves in the industry. Pardo yachts have won awards before, and I'm confident that this new model in their flagship range is no different. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe, and if you would like to learn more about this amazing vessel, do get in touch with myself and the team. My name is Joe Fox from the team at Eyachts. Thank you for watching.